Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video today is a tutorial on how to make these adorable fur cuffed mittens, crocheted fur cuff mittens. For this pattern, you will need 4 medium weight acrylic yarn is what I'm using, and some fur yarn for the wrist cuffs. I am linking the colors and the type of yarn that I use in my blog post, which is linked in the description. You will need a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, some scissors, and a tapestry needle, and that is pretty much it. So we will get started. For this mitten, we will start at the top of the hand and work our way down to about here. Then we'll break from this, work the thumb, and then work the rest of the bottom towards the wrist, and then the fur will be the last part. So to start, we're starting with the top of the glove. So for this pattern, you're going to want to double up the yarn. So make 2 balls from the one skein that you bought, and then a 6.5 millimeter hook. You'll make a magic circle, pull both loops through, yarn over and chain up 1, and then make 6 single crochet into the magic circle. Then take both of the tails and pull the circle close. Now you're not going to be joining, you'll just be continuing in rounds for the rest of the glove. So in the first single crochet that you made, make 2 single crochet, so increase 1 and 2, and then you'll do that all the way around until you get to 12 single crochet. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11, 12. For the next row, you'll make 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then 2 in the next. So increase in every other stitch going around until you get to 18 single crochet. So that was 3, then I do 4, and then the next one I increase. So that's stitch 5 and 6, and you keep going around until you get to 18 single crochet. Right, so once you're done with 18 single crochet, that was the end of round 3. So for rounds 4 through 15, you're just going to continue going all the way around with 18 single crochet. So if you want to put a stitch marker, sometimes I like to just take a piece of yarn and put it through this stitch, and then that way you can kind of better see your rounds. Otherwise, I usually just count it, but you want to go through 4 all the way to 15, and that's going to take you to just about here on the glove, just continuing going around 18 single crochet in each round. Okay, so once you're done with row 15, it's going to look like this, and you can see that's going to just slip right over your fingers. So what we'll do now is cut a long tail and put this to the side. Don't do anything with it, just put it to the side. And now we're going to work on the thumb. So the thumb, same thing, doubling up your yarn, make a magic circle and chain 1. And then make 8 single crochet into the magic circle. Then pull closed those 2 tails, pull them, close it nice and tight. Now you will just, same thing as the glove part, keep working in rounds, so you don't have to chain up one, you're just going to keep going around, and you don't have to increase either. So that was round 1. Now you're going to go through round 2 through 8, just doing 8 single crochet all the way around. So it's going to make this little cylinder here. And it should be, I mean, if you're measuring it, it should come right about here. So it should come to the size of your thumb. For me, and I think for a general, like, adult woman's hand, 8 rounds of 8 single crochet should do the trick. Once you've done 8 rows of 8, it should look like this. It should fit nicely around your thumb. So now you will cut a long tail and pull that tail all the way through. And then you will need a tapestry needle to attach the thumb to the glove. So put both strands through the needle. I always wet it a little bit with my tongue so I can fit both through the needle. Okay, now we're back to the glove. So I'm gonna make sure I attach it. Let's see. You're gonna count over 1 from where you finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and then in stitches 8 and 9, that's where we'll attach it. So just line it up. We're only going to attach 2 stitches. So that one and this one, just line up those 2 stitches and just stitch them together. So 2 stitches from the glove and 2 stitches from the thumb. I'm going to go through and do that again. So just kind of make sure that's really securely on there. 1 and 2. Okay, and then make a knot on the inside of the glove by putting the needle through, just any old place. Wrap it under once, twice, and pull a nice knot. And then you can kind of weave this tail in a little bit. I just really place it randomly, just make sure it's really weaved in there, and then just cut a tail. Okay, so now we're going to revisit and go back to the glove. So you just want to take the 2 ends from here, and then the 2 ends from your skein, and just make one big knot. I usually make a double knot. Make sure it's nice and tight, and then go through and just cut the tails as close as you can. Now we're going to pick up where we finished off on the glove. Insert your hook, and now we're ready to go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to pretend like this is part of this. So you're going all the way around here. So what you want to do is make 24 single crochet in this round going around. So after stitch 7, you will now insert the hook into that first, not the one that's stitched into the glove, but the next one with a single crochet. that was stitch 13, and then 14 will go into the next stitch that's in the glove. Okay, so that was 20, I think I said 24 before, but it's 22. So you want to do 22 stitches going all the way around, and now you've really connected the thumb to the rest of the glove. So 22 stitches going all the way around, which would technically be row 16, part of the glove. So now this would be row 17, and you're going to continue around the glove. So single crochet in the first 10 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you're going to decrease the next 2 stitches together. So you insert the hook, pull a loop through, insert, pull a loop through, yarn over, and then pull through all the loops on the hook. So you just decrease, and now we'll single crochet again. So that was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then once you get to 20, you're going to decrease those next 2 together, so you end up with 20 single crochet in this next row by decreasing the thumb and then on the side. For the next round, you don't have to worry about increasing or decreasing. You're just going to go all the way around and do 20 single crochet going around in the next round, I should say. So now we just did 20 single crochet going around, and now you should be on to row 19. So for row 19, round 19, you should make 9 single crochet. Okay, that was 9, and then decrease the next 2 together, and that makes 10 stitches, and then keep going around the rest of the row. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then the next 2 stitches you'll decrease together. So for this row 19, round 19, you end up with 18 stitches going around. And then for row 20 and 21, you're just going to evenly single crochet all the way around, 18 single crochet in round 20 and 21. And after row 21, you just did 18, it should come to about here. So right to the base of your palm, because then the wrist portion will be the fur. So now you're pretty much done with the glove portion. So that was 21 rows plus the thumb. So now all you have to do is make a slip knot with this color, cut the end, pull the tail through, and then you can just weave this. And now you're done with this portion of the glove, and up next we will move on to the fur wrist portion. So now you're going to take the fur yarn and your 6.5 millimeter hook. You don't have to double it up. Make a slip knot and you're going to chain to 6. Yarn over, and you'll make a half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So you kind of have to look under, and you can kind of see where the stitches are, but sometimes you just have to feel for it. 1, 2, and then that's the 3rd. So you make a half double crochet, 1, half double crochet in the next, 2. I'm going to tuck the tail back, yarn over, 3, and 4, and then chain up 2, 1, 2, yarn over, and you do kind of have to just feel for it, and you can feel for it. You can feel where the stitches are, so you just want to make sure you're doing 4 in each row going across, 4 half double crochets in each stitch going across. Now I didn't count my rows for the wrist cuff, just because, I don't know, it's kind of hard. You can't really see the rows. So what I did was I just kept going around until it got to be just a little bit bigger than my wrist. Like I just wanted a little bit of space here, and essentially you're just sewing it. We'll go through that later, but you're sewing it to this portion of the glove. So you want to just make sure it fits going around here, and you just want to measure it to your wrist where it gives you a little bit of space. So I'm going to do this one, and I'll just measure it and see how many inches it ends up being, and then we can go off that for the pattern. So essentially all you want to do is just keep going until we get to a specific length. This is how long I'm making mine. So again, I just kind of measured it along my wrist, held the 2 ends together, and there's, you know, a nice amount of space where it's not too tight, because you want to be able to get your hand in and out of the glove with just a little bit of room. So let's measure that. Looks like I don't know, maybe just about 7.5, but maybe 8 would be good, depending upon the size of your wrist or whatever. If I stretch it, then it's definitely 8. So maybe go for around 8 half, and then that's 4 half double crochet in each row. So now that we're good with the size, just make a slip knot, and you're going to make a long tail and pull the tail out. Okay. And then insert into your tapestry needle, and the first thing we're going to do is sew the 2 ends together. So just make kind of a running stitch just back and forth. Should be about 4 or 5 stitches. Let's do another one. Okay, so now you're going to line that up and insert it anywhere. So I'm just going to insert it through here and kind of pull it, and then put it into the next stitch. Okay, and then just kind of line it up, and you're going to kind of just eyeball it, but go through pretty much every stitch on the glove, and then insert to where you think the next row would be. But it's not going to be perfect in terms of where you're placing it. Just want to sew it closed so there's not, you know, spaces where your wrist is going to get cold or holes in the glove. So just stitching evenly all the way around. So just like that, all the way around until you close up the wrist to glove. Now that I'm done, I'm going to make a knot on the outside with the fur. I go through it 2 times, make a double knot, and then just weave the ends through a few times. Pull that out. And then if you want to cut it, you cut it. Okay, and then you can just do a size check. Put it on. Make sure the wrist portion is really attached to every piece. There's no holes, which this looks pretty good. And you're done. So now you have just the cutest pair of mittens. I'm so obsessed with these. How cute! With the fur, I mean, you could do so many colors now, like so many of the yarn companies and stores sell the fur yarn, so you really can get it anywhere. I know Hobby Lobby sells it. Lion Brand Yarn has a good fur line. That's what this is. I will link everything, the pattern, the full pattern in the description in the bio, and that will head you to crochetbycolleen.com, where I have more patterns, free patterns, the PDF and written copy of this pattern. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see. Let me know if you have questions about this pattern. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.